We're turning the mics on. We should have our headphones so we look like professionals. Thank you for waiting around on the stream. I'm starting off with my mask. Oh, you can listen if you... Can you get the headphones, bro?
Yeah, I can.
You hear the music? This is what plays before the stream.
I hear the music.
It's royalty free, and it's something we can just play and listen to. I'm gonna take this off, but I'm wearing it now because this is my new go-to. This is my thing. I wear it around town because I'm allowed.
Wait.
Dude,
No, it's good. I'm just.
Oh, it's delayed. That's why. Yeah. I wear it around town and shit because this is like the only time in 200 years that you're allowed to look like a bank robber. Like I'm allowed to look like from the West.
Roger had an idea about how it's easiest ever to do crimes now because everyone is wearing a mask and gloves.
I just walked into Prisma like this. It's great. Yeah. Sunglasses, hoodie on. Roger's right. I love it.
Yeah, so in a way, we lose a lot of privacy because, they're making everyone trackable on their phone.
I'm bringing the music down.
Not that people weren't trackable in Estonia with their SIM cards. Because they totally were.
But it's different. Now we can, because apparently this is fooling the Chinese censors. Even the Chinese aren't good with this. I'll take it down. All right, we'll do it. Hi, everybody. We're doing, this is an episode of my podcast, Comedy Guy. And my idea is that whenever I'm just talking to these jerks, let's just live stream it. If I got a guest. Yesterday I had Tavi Roivas on. Did I mention I had Tavi Roivas? Did I talk about Tavi Roivas or not? Did I talk about Dave Benton? Let's see.
You're so proud.
I totally, yes. And when those, let's pre-record, let's do it as a proper podcast. But when it's just us farting around having fun, I was like, let's turn on the stream and see what goes down. So Daniel Weinbergs, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm having a nice time. It's like we're finding something out about. Do you have a little bit of now? Who jumped it the other day? Tunis Lucas was like, yo, guys, I got the scoop. Yo, I got the scoop. Yo.
Yeah, don't get me started on that geezer.
That geezer. They're all okay. If you think like we're seeing the end of the lockdown, is there a small bit of regret that goes like, let's just kind of getting into this lockdown thing?
Yeah. No, I love it. I've been best time of my life. I've been in hibernation. At first, when the quarantine started, I was really sad because I like doing stand-up and all that stuff. But now, basically, two life skills that I maybe have become obsolete. Stand-up and
what's the other one?
Journalism.
Oh, journalism. Right.
They ain't hiring nobody.
Yeah, no one.
They ain't hiring nobody now. But in another way, I'm chill. I have no financial obligation because I live with my parents. I eat the shit in their fridge. They don't stop me. It's fucking great. I'm living the dream.
Yeah, there's no expectations on you. You can just live how you want to live.
I'm 24. I can go 3 more years like this, and then it gets a little weird.
Sure.
I get it, but 3 more years of just playing Bloodborne for 7 hours, and then.
Do you think that's a good way to pass the time, Daniel? Do you think?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm super pissed off. The whole time I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm very pissed off.
Are you pissed off at the game, or are you just a pissed off person?
Oh, I'm an erotic person for sure.
An erotic person?
Yeah.
Yeah? How? In what ways are you erotic?
If you knew how many hours.
Wait, neurotic or erotic?
Neurotic.
Oh, fuck. I thought you said erotic.
Yeah,
I was like, tell me how you're erotic, Daniel.
I look. Oh, that too, man. Trust me. As you can see, we are not social distancing.
No.
And this is the same couch from the casting couch videos.
those casting couch videos.
Yeah, we bought it. And did we disinfect it? No, we like the novelty.
We got a cheap rate.
Yeah.
Cheap price.
It's amazing. We have the same camera.
Same camera.
From the videos. I'm like 80% sure you're the casting guy. The camera holding casting guy.
I've just decided to turn it around. We already had the porno studio, podcast porno studio. They're the same word.
Yeah.
And this is a cheap porno studio.
Because we are all selling ourselves.
Oh, Daniel getting deep. Deep into the murky waters.
We are all prostitutes in our way. with the exception that we don't do this. We don't hurt our fathers. Yeah,
Okay, Daniel there with a deep understanding
yeah.
of the ways the world work.
But now I've been loving the.
I love it.
I've been loving the fucking. I've been in hibernation. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the word. I've been like a
like
bear.
a bear hibernates.
A bear in a
some
forest,
sort of animal. Yeah, okay.
and I just sleep. I go to bed at like almost 5 a.m.
Jesus, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Savage.
It's crazy, but my mood is so much better during the night because I know no one can call me. No one can. Maybe I'm that person, but I shouldn't be too isolated because then, like, you don't want to be you too much
Okay.
because you still gotta function.
Well, there's a lot of introspection that can go on.
I think when
right
this
now.
is over, I don't know how to talk to cashiers. I forget politeness. I think I'm gonna need a couple of months.
I think
when
you'll
they
be
look-
more like, not like you'll be impolite, I think you'll be like when they brought Tarzan to the city, like when the wild boy who was waved by the wolves, like he kind of has an instinct of what politeness is, but he doesn't quite know how to react in a polite way. Like you can understand I should be nice to this person,
Yeah.
but you may not know what the exact rules. And
Yeah.
you don't know, like you want to be nice, but you don't know what the rules are of talking to this other human being anymore.
Yeah, I think when the lockdown ends and I have to relearn the social contract, I'm gonna I think for a couple of months I'm gonna be just like a Chinese tourist, you know, not to be racist, but I've heard that they they're not the best tourists because they know it's all gonna be owned by China soon. So
They got the money, bro. That's why they don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit. They're not all poor.
We should be fair. Are Americans any better? I don't know. We need. Oh fuck! I keep knocking the table over. As Americans, any like we used to be like, because like it used to be when I was growing up, it was the fat American tourist was the stereotype. Yo, here we are. We just come from Alabama with my camera and I'm taking photos. Yippee-ki-yay. And now it's like
That's racist, man.
Oh,
That's
hello. Oh, yes, we come. Like now it's like, oh, one accent was racist, but the other one wasn't. Cool. All right.
Yeah, because one was non-white and the other was white. Actually, it's racist during the white one. So
Yeah, exactly. See, that's why. That's
I'm the
why.
least racist person ever.
That's what prompted me to then up my racism
Oh, okay.
because I wanted to see if I could push you over your racism barrier.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes like that.
Mm.
Like just stare at a person of color. Like not all of like. I'm like in a way of like, oh, that's weird. Like Louis
Sure.
C.K. had
They're
that bit.
interesting.
Louis C.K. had that bit where it's like little racism. Where you don't look, oh, a black person in my country. No, but like, that's good.
Yeah.
More of that.
You're curious.
That's
it's nice to be curious.
That's weird,
Sure.
but it's good. It's good. But that's like, yeah, that's the racist. That's the racism that's expected.
As long as
right
you know
now.
that, remember you have a good heart, but you have to work on what are the specific social rules. So, like with the cashier, instead with the black person, you got to be like, look, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's okay, but not too much.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
be
not
like-
at the zoo.
Right.
That's a tax-paying person,
Exactly.
and you don't know. Maybe they speak Estonian. There's actually a lot of them who do. I've been also, and that's good. More of that. More of
Yes,
that.
these are good things.
That's only good. It's not weird now.
We've offended the people.
It took
on
us
the,
5 minutes.
We've offended the people on the left who are offended at our casual racism, and we've offended all the other really right-wing people who might be watching.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
Now we've just said people of color are okay. We've annoyed the whole audience right
Yeah,
now.
the whole
It's great.
audience, like the liberals, because we're being kind of racist, and the rightists because we're actually supporting
Right.
more people racist. So yeah, that's like, because it's kind of weird how you cannot, when comedy was allowed, we couldn't. We'll get to that Dennis Lucas shit too soon. But when comedy was, I don't actually remember. Let's actually go directly to Dennis Lucas. What a weird guy.
I mean, it seems like all of them are trying to get the scoop so
Yeah.
they can be the one. Like, that's why Martin Helm is
Dude,
always.
are we recording? We're not recording.
Oh, okay. No, it's
Okay.
fine. No, we're going live.
Okay,
So that's
okay.
just more like a backup.
Okay.
He knows
That's
the
cool.
internet. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, Tunis, they all want it. That's why like Martin Helmer is always like got the, he's always like saying the scoop
Yeah.
or saying the inside word, right? They just want, now everyone, you included, are talking about Tunis Lucas today.
Okay.
It's just that they all just want to be like, no, I'll be the one to say it. Like, because now they're in the news. They're politicians. They want exposure.
Yeah. And I think maybe one good thing out of this quarantine is that like everyone's reading the news now, and so it's gonna be a little easier maybe to do political acts after this. So I wouldn't usually talk about Tunis Lucas, but I think maybe more people know now, because everyone wants to read the news, because news has never affected
I think
us
everybody
more.
knows right now. Yeah.
Because when like a Iranian general gets shot, like
Who remembers?
yeah, it's interesting to read like a comic book, but it doesn't actually affect you.
Who remembers?
But this is the first time news that isn't weather affects us,
right.
and I think I think
I have a
that's
way. I
great.
have this new philosophy about the news,
Yeah.
which is I don't want to read the news. Like ERR
So much shit, man.
once a day.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need. And if an event is important that it will affect you, then it will affect you and you will find out about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to be refreshing the news every 20 minutes anymore.
No, we don't. It's only built like that. But that's the reason it's also shit, because everyone is watching it every 20 minutes. But it's not out of like you need to be updated. We don't need to be updated
No, it's out
that
of that
much.
current notification kind
We
of
don't,
mindset.
we don't
have.
really need to know what's going on with Dialink.
No.
Except-
we need to know the outcome.
Wait,
That's all we need to know.
Except for the 50% of all Estonians who work in Dialink.
Like all we need to know is the outcome. Whether Tallink are close, I mean, maybe it matters whether they're close to a decision or not close to a decision,
Yeah.
but we don't need to know the whole fucking up and down process. This motherfucker said some other dickhead farted about Tallink. Just tell me the outcome.
Yeah. But they need to upload something every 30 minutes or so. So that means, and I get it, like I'm not blaming them. That's just how it is.
That's the game. That's
That's
the
the
media
game.
game. That's not good, but that's
Yeah.
the media game.
That's just the structure, and it's really hard. Like they say to young journalists, you need to fight it and not write clickbait articles. But when you work really hard on an article, and most news is actually kind of boring, and like 700 people read it, I mean that's kind of shit too, because it's not like economically feasible. I'm so smart, man.
No, that's right. You're on one hand, but it sounds like on one hand the editor's going, yeah, journalism's great, do your journalism thing. On the other hand, like they'll be at you at the end of the week going, yo, Daniel, these
Yeah.
clicks were not super high this week. And you're like, yo, you tell me to write me
Yeah.
what I think I should write.
I had my boss like do this to me once. Yeah, she did like
Savage.
this, like you could be getting more clicks. And I'm like,
Right,
okay.
not could be better
Yeah,
quality, not could be, Daniel, you wrote another article about video games. No,
yeah,
like, not enough clicks.
But
So
that-
of course you're not going to
but the reason, like the 24-hour news cycle, that's the reason why. Yeah, a lot of those news are pulled out of your ass. You know, they're about nothing. Like, can the virus spread on the doorknob of your basement? What?
I don't know. Wear the gloves, wear the mask, fucking
yeah.
get on with your life.
Can
What
you
do
get
want?
sick from digging in the ground? Can an earthworm make? Dude, nobody's asking that. Nobody's asking that. You're just throwing shit against the wall. And every 10th piece of shit is actually like important news. There should be 3 articles every day.
That's it. That's all.
That's
it. Needs
it.
To be.
That's it. How many people died in Italy? The weather and Susanne, Birgitte, Hunt and Ron.
That's all we
update.
need. That's all. I need a BSH update.
Yeah, a BSH update, and
Yeah.
that's all you
That's
need
all we need.
to function in a society.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna adjust the way you've got your microphone. Is
It's covering
kind of in
my
front-
face.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Now it's
Yeah, so
now it's the same thing, but it's not so much in front of your face. That's all right. Because, so it was interesting yesterday. Super interesting it was to have Taavi Rõivas on my podcast.
Oh, yeah,
yesterday.
you're pulling on big guns here.
Dang, I got the numbers, baby. I mean, first of all, the thing, it's like, it is kind of cool to me because I come from a country where the politicians are just some idiots in a city far away. You never met them. You never heard of them before. And in Estonia, like, oh, there's Tõnis Lukas at the supermarket. Hey, fucked up announcement, prick.
Yeah.
Like, you can just see them around. So, like, I kind of still think like, oh, shit, I just talked to the former prime minister yesterday.
Yeah, you can do, because they're not that important here. They don't make that much more money than you.
Right.
They don't, like... They're just guys.
They're just guys. And so
Yeah.
it was like interesting. And I just wanted to talk to him about any old stuff, just like anything. And when I was like thinking about what I might talk to him about, I just tried to stay away from anything that could be a headline, a clickbait, some insight.
Yeah.
Like I deliberately didn't even go there in my mind. Like I just like, let's just chat, bro. If it's interesting, it's interesting. If it's not, it's not. And we kind of even lost track of time, and it was fun. It was fun to be like, because I think he was an interesting dude, but
Yeah.
he's a politician, and they have that super default way of describing things, that politician-y way, right?
Yeah, the boring, no headline.
Right. And
Yeah.
the example might be like a stand-up comedian. Like when you talk, you're always looking for the punchline.
Of course.
Right? You're always looking, like we can have ways of talking which kind of are dictated by our jobs, or one way or another, two ways they're influenced, right? So Taavi will want to go into that sort of description, and it was fun to like listen to him for a bit and then steer him back into, hey, here's some other thing, or let's get off the sort of rhetoric or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's...
And I liked that, man. I liked that. Like, it was cool to like be quite conscious and be into it.
Yeah, but I think that's one thing. I don't want to go do political, so I'm not gonna.
Because I said I don't want to talk to him about politics.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I said no politics. Like we had to talk about politics.
What is he gonna tell about? What did he tell about? What's the most private thing he told you?
We talked. I don't know about private, but like private almost sounds like I shouldn't tell.
Okay,
it's a
okay.
private thing.
But when you're listening to him, you're thinking,
So he talked
should
about-
you be telling this?
Well, he talked no, because he talked about where he was growing up in in Lana Viruma, what things were like. We talked because I'm really fascinated about what the last days of the Soviet Union and the early days of independence. I love those stories, Barrett, bro.
Isn't he like 14?
No, bro, he's as old as me. He's 3 months
really?
older than me.
Really? Is he?
Yeah, he's 40.
Oh.
He's
40.
He's 40. He's
Oh, okay.
3 months older than me.
Oh, okay.
And so he, like, I just asked him questions about, what was it like? He grew up in Oismai. What was it like in Oismai around that time? What did your parents do? Like, how do they hustle and get a job? Just regular shit.
Oh, okay,
right?
that's cool.
And like, there's no like amazing insights into someone's character. Just we fucking talked about what Taavi Rõivas grew up, right?
Yeah.
And it was
no, I think that's good. I wish we could get like Mart Helme
Maybe
in the studio and
Who
just
knows?
ask like, what happened?
Does he speak English?
What happened when you were a child? And why did you continue that cycle on your children? Because like you look them in the eye and you can just see that something happened.
Why do you call, who names their son after them? Like if I have a daughter, I am not calling her Louise.
Yeah.
No chance there will be a Louise Zezerin coming into this world.
No, but daughter, yeah, but no, I think there's something traumatic that happened because there's no other way you can like be this like inhumane just in a way that you talk. Like that's the thing that's kind of bugged me about the whole this whole crisis is that they're just fucking dicks. You know, they're just, even if you do the hard thing or you make a hard decision and somebody loses something from it, you don't have to also spit on those people.
How is there some example that you have of this or something that happened?
For example, when all the shows got banned and whatnot, and everyone's sad, and we all understand that it's important right now. But then, like Monica Helme, who's the wife of Mart Helme, wrote like an opinion. Do you see now why it's important to pick actual professions, like, you know, an engineer or a doctor or something that doesn't go away during a crisis? It was your own mistake for going into a culture job or a media job. And I'm like, first of all, shouldn't you be in the kitchen? And second, like, by your own philosophy.
Okay, by her own philosophy.
Secondly, I know that. Like, I know that pursuing a career as a performer is an incredible risk. And many, like 90%, 95% of the comics don't make it.
Sure.
We know that. I know that. That's why it's such a like a cool thing to do. So you don't need to lecture me, Monica.
But why then? Okay, Mr. Okay, so you were telling me before how you've been thinking recently, you sort of stopped worrying about your stand-up and you've had this time to think about it.
Yeah.
And you've stopped to worry about the things that you cannot control. And
Yeah.
you're like, and you've understood that it's much better when I just accepted the situation, said, fuck it, I know I can't do stand-up tonight, but fuck it, I'll write some jokes, I'll think about the big picture, I'll be more holistic and worldview. This is very good.
I think that's...
But then you care about what the fuck this dumb bitch has to say. Why should we even care?
Oh, well, it's because it's entertaining. Like, why ever discuss any politics ever? Because, I don't know, we're all gonna die one day and it's good to distract yourself.
Is it?
From
I don't
the
know,
fact-
bro. With
yeah.
the politics? Is that
I
what we
mean-
need? We need these dudes to dance and say ever more reactive things so we can have some entertainment.
Yeah, it arouses you.
Arouse.
Yeah, but dude, but every time
Getting neurotic and erotic.
every time
again.
Mart Helme says like black people have wooden heads or
It's not bad. I mean,
yeah, I'm like, I don't agree with it, but
as a person of
It's-
color, like, I would love to know, like, is there some stage where as a person of color, you're like, damn, wood is a head? You're so stupid. I'm not even offended anymore. Like, that's,
Yeah.
is it?
I mean it's just funny. But okay, it's not funny to it's not funny to actually I don't know how different colored people, I don't know how they react to that. I don't think they even follow. I think only like only Mart Helme followers read what he says.
Probably. Oh, and that's kind of the thing. You only follow now who you want to follow.
Yeah.
Like that, you only follow my one. My one is right, and they're always right, and they can never not say anything wrong. That's a bit of a problem. We can't just be like, you know what, sometimes there is an occasion where Mart Helme says something correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And some of those policies are correct. The problem is that, you know, he's so divisive in so many other things that we just go, you know what, fuck that old man.
Yeah, I think
Which only annoys the people who like him, and then the whole thing gets fucked up.
yeah, I'm sorry. I know people don't care about politics
Yeah, I know. We should
at
get
all.
off it.
And I just always feel like it's like a guilty pleasure every time I talk about it.
Mhm.
Because my opinion ain't worth shit anyways.
Do you
I
talk
just-
about politics on your Paikas Yankut podcast?
Sometimes, but those are the episodes that get the least clicks too. So because I understand people have their own lives. Who gives a shit?
Right. Who wants to
Only
listen to us?
only people who don't have a job and live with their parents follow politics. Either 50-year-old men whose wives and kids have left, or 20-year somethings living with their parents who have no job and are bored. Those are the only people who read the news.
You could at least play video games.
I
That's
do.
even
I
better
do.
than the news.
Oh man, it's
I mean, on a scale of things, it's better than the news.
of course, yeah. But sometimes you just want variety,
Of course.
you know, and it's fun. It really is.
Dude, I'm so glad we're getting out. We've decided we're probably going to have some sort of separated 2-meter style separated meeting next week, and the comedians and we're all gonna hang out for the first time in like weeks.
Oh man, I think that's illegal.
No, we separate. First of all, private property. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Can you?
Yeah, dude.
You can just have a part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, the police came out and said that.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yo, because what people were doing, people were having parties, but they weren't exceeding the noise limit, but the neighbors were still calling the cops on them.
Yeah,
So when the
okay.
cops come over and be like, yo, and they're like, yo, we were just, talk it, like, this wasn't a party.
That's my family.
And the cops can't do anything because the cops are like, you're right, we can't actually. So it's all recommendations, it's all the things we should be doing. So we can get together if we're two, like we spend some distance apart from one another. We've all got the masks, the hand sanitizer.
Yeah, the way we're social distancing right now.
Yeah, totally. Because it's 2+2. This is 2. So you're 2 people are allowed to be close.
Oh, okay.
Daniel,
That's the way it should be.
that's the way it should.
Yeah.
The 2 people should be close to one another.
I love the not talking to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm only with me.
How long can you do it for?
I love me and I want the best for me.
Yeah. How long can you not talk? Do you think?
I don't know. I do
Days?
need to socialize. So I go on like TeamSpeak, and I just talk to my friends who play video games, and I get my social needs met in that way. And so yeah, I'm just with my own thoughts. I go for a walk, and it's fun. I like the whole quarantine thing. I feel it's
still okay.
I feel it's made me less greedy.
This is a very good thing, but
Yeah.
you're still not but is the wrong word here, but you're still like recording with Roger,
Yeah.
like a couple times a week now. Would you say twice a week? Something?
Yeah.
Something like that, right? So that means that you're still getting out there, having a reasonable conversation with someone at least twice a week, which
Yeah.
actually might be more than a lot of people are doing. Maybe, definitely at the start, right? You still actually, and not only do you have a reasonable, as reasonable as Roger can be, fuck that guy, but
Yeah, fuck them.
fuck that guy, always. But you are creating something, and you're making something. You can go like, oh, I made that episode.
Yeah.
It's not like, we're not trying to say it's no work of art, but you still made it, and that was still something you did. And so, you're not as useless as you jokingly are making yourself out to be.
Oh no, I'm not, and I feel that putting less pressure on me actually has made me more productive. Because soon as the quarantine started, I was thinking like, oh, I need to. That's the attitude everyone's been having. It seems like that this crisis needs to be an opportunity. Maybe no, like maybe this crisis is supposed to teach you how to fucking actually chill and just.
But maybe that, Daniel,
Yeah.
maybe that is the opportunity.
Yeah, and it is.
That
Well,
is the
except for young families who rent.
That is the opportunity. Is like, you're like, oh, but I think when people are yelling, they're all doing like very loud, like what we do around here. Yay startups, yay business, yay active. You've set your fucking goals and you're out there doing it like we all regularly do in Estonia, right? Like right on.
Yeah.
But the opportunity is to spend some time with yourself, to like actually have some thoughts again, write a little bit.
Like learn how to like yourself.
Like yourself, read a little bit, fucking get introvert, spend that extra time. That is the opportunity, or is a opportunity, right? Doesn't mean you're being a lazy piece of shit.
Because the first weeks of the quarantine, I was like really sad. It was like a bit harrowing time, because there was a lot of uncertainty. On the news, there's all those people dying. Maybe they're gonna die in Estonia, like who knows? And also not having a career anymore.
Yes.
But those things did give you this really bad, sad feeling. But now I feel at the end of it, I feel way, happier somehow, like more stable. I've been in a good mood for 5 days in a row.
Which is unbelievable.
Never
for this
before
guy.
happened.
Unbelievable for you.
Yeah, 5 morning to evening, only good mood, only dopamine in your brain, and you're just doing only the things you like. And because I'm in a good mood all the time, I'm just writing more. I didn't write anything before. Like the reason I've been having like a hard time creatively is because I put so much pressure on me that I need to write. I need to produce 10 minutes every couple of months to put together an hour, and it needs to be funny. It needs to be funnier than the last one. And you put all this pressure on you, and you sort of forget why you did it in the first place, which was to fucking have fun and tell some dick jokes.
And I think that might be true of people in all kinds of different professions.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like we don't have the time.
People
to
in
stop.
accounting.
We have this like super even just right even at a super micro level. Oh, sorry, karate chop. Even at a super micro level, like we kind of have this thing of like, if you're not working on the week, really, you have the whole weekend off.
Yeah,
really, whole 2 days. Full 2 days, 48 hours, and you don't do no work and you don't answer emails and shit
your
like
competition is gonna get ahead of you.
Yeah, and again, in Estonia, we love hustling, and hustling's not bad, but we need more than 2 days. Like, we need 2 days off after 5 days.
Yeah.
I think just we do, and we need even longer extended periods off like this.
I think we need 3 days after 4 days.
I love it. 3 days. Let's make it. Talk to Yuri. Talk to Tunis. Tunis will fucking, he's the man.
They'll
now.
never do it.
He'll work it out.
Yeah, we're never gonna have that.
Yeah, man, you need that time. So you've had that time.
I've had that time, and I've just, like, when my goal before was to have this big career as a comedian and get ahead and fucking
get some head.
Yeah, like, don't look at how my set was, but look at how, like, the last 10 sets have been. And with that, you put this immense amount of expectation on you, which will actually hinder your ability to tell jokes
to do the thing. But we always,
yeah.
It's supernatural. Even if it wasn't a hustle thing, you always think, of course, man, I could be working harder. These are good qualities to have, right? It's a good quality to be like, yo, I should have done more. It's a good quality to be like, yeah, man, I could work better at that. I can do better. That's also what we want. But all this shit is about balance. And we miss the balance here, man. We miss that other side of like, I want to go away to the forest. Is Sander that stupid for living in the middle of nowhere in Viljandi? He actually kind of doesn't seem that dumb anymore.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't seem like such of a crazy idea to go and live on the outside, not even inside Viljandi.
Yeah, have somewhere to plant potatoes.
Right, do that fucking farm work, and I don't know what they do out there. Cut wood, I'm not sure.
Oh, I can't believe how smug he was. Like, see, I told you people were gonna die. That's what I've been telling.
It doesn't seem like such a bad idea.
But it's fun. Like, when my goal before was to, like, build a new hour, make it funnier than the last one, then now my goal is to just get on stage. Like, the first opportunity, even if I bomb, just to have fun, you know, just to do this great thing I love. And I was so spoiled that even though I reminded myself, oh, it's so amazing, we have such a good thing going, we have so many shows, it's so amazing. But even then, like, you tell yourself this, but do you really believe it? Do you really think... oh, that's the way it should be anyways. But it's not. And now it's not anymore. And I feel when stand-up does come back, it will be stronger than ever.
I think all kinds of shit's going to be stronger than ever. I mean, we only talk about stand-up because that's what we think about. Live entertainment, people are going to be into it. I think about, like, how cool shit's going to be now that everyone got into and understands a bit more about streaming and videos and all that shit, right? Before it was like, oh, you're a stream, that's weird. You know, you're doing something live. Who would be fucked? Who cares? How, you know, why would you fucking be into it? And now it's like, I was saying the other day, Kapika got cameras. They told me they're putting in cameras. They're gonna.
That's amazing.
They're gonna have like a infrastructure that they could just essentially flip the switch, and the band is, you know, as long as someone's mixing 2 cameras, they could just sit there and Like, that's fucking cool. And
Yeah.
now that could be a thing. Think of all the cool options that are going to come when we can, no, I mean, not the stand-up, but it's like you could do a band, would be super cool. You could watch the band with the audience. Like, that could be cool. It could also be cool what if we did a live podcast from Carpe Car?
Oh, that would be cool.
Better than this
or live,
porno
or
set.
live stand-up even. Oh, actually, that's...
I worry about the live stand-up.
Yeah, because you lose the material.
Well, a few things. I mean, that's the thing about stand-up. We're super, I think it sounds wrong, but it's super fragile. Stand-up is super fragile. It does not work. Take it out of its most good environment, it doesn't work. So we need Carpe Car full of people, and they've had a drink, and there's some decent lights, and the sound's okay. But if you change any of that shit, it stops working.
But there has to be laughter.
Put it outside.
Yeah.
Make the people separate. Don't, if they're not sober, put it down one camera and it's not lit correctly. Put it down one camera and then someone heckles, but you can't hear the heckle. So you're like, what the fuck just happened? This show got dumb. But the audience is there and they heard the glass smash in the bar and that made something else.
We're not giving you jokes. We're giving you like the whole atmosphere.
Right.
We're setting a mood, and I think artists should chill with the lives. Said Daniel while doing a live.
I'm doing a live.
But
music can be cool. Maybe you're a singer. You saw that shit with, what's that guy, Seem Koppel, who does the drums?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit's dope. You haven't seen Seem Koppel's stream?
No.
Okay, so
Who is he?
He's a drummer. He's a Estonian guy.
Oh, okay.
Because his name is Seem. And he's a drummer and he's got his friend and they've got this studio that's got like 3 cameras.
Yeah.
Like one either side. He's got one camera that comes over the top of the drums. Someone's mixing it in the background, so it's cutting the scenes.
Yeah.
And it's dope. It's him and this other dude fucking banging and shit. And it's cool. And they cut
He's fucking
angles,
another dude.
Fucking another dude. And they're banging. And then they got this top-down shot. And it looks dope.
Okay.
And like, that's super cool. I want to see more of that shit.
But a lot of it is a lot of people who no one cared about doing a live now, and still no one cares. Like,
but you got, well, okay, fair enough. But then, sure. There's loads of artists who maybe you know them around town. Maybe you've seen them playing in a bar. Maybe you never really went, but you saw they were playing at that club or that bar or this restaurant or something.
yeah,
So they've got some like in-world notoriety, not fame or whatever, fucking knowledge. But online, they've never bothered to make a Facebook. They've never bothered to make a YouTube. Never really bothered to grow their online shit, right? So now, yeah, you're going to have to start from scratch. It doesn't instantly, even if you're a dude who's always playing clubs and working at a bar or something, doesn't mean you instantly have a fucking YouTube channel.
yeah. Oh, everyone's gonna be at home and they need entertainment. No, they have Netflix. They have not, you know. Oh, do they want to hear your fucking saxophone that you play in a car park?
Dang, you're a
While
hater,
bus-
bro.
And there's like fucking buses driving and birds singing and wind in the microphone? Or can they watch fucking Chris Hemsworth and his 6-pack? Al Pacino, you can watch that shit on Netflix. So I think a lot of art created during the quarantine is really shit, but I think most art that will be created after the quarantine will be the best. The best.
Yeah.
That's the fucking struggle art. Because artists are gonna be poor again after this. They're gonna struggle again, and they're gonna. That's where the fucking
they're gonna have to
golden nugget is.
It will, okay, yeah, it will be the golden nugget because now it's no longer like, oh, I'm sitting around locked down, so I'll watch the whatever the fuck is live streaming on my Facebook. It's going to be like, you're going to have to compete with going to a real bar. So, watch out. You're so going to tip that off.
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
I am.
you're good. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to, now it's like, maybe there isn't no competition. But if you can, but when we can go, you're going to have to compete with someone going to a bar. I can sit at home and watch you with your drums and your banging and your multi-cameras, or I can go to a bar and talk to a girl. If
Can you?
Yes, you can, Mr.
Okay.
Incel. It's okay. You've been watching those
Do
Discord
people go to
servers.
Are bars open even now?
You can go. You just have to stay 2 meters apart. You can go down to Copy Car right now and have a beer.
All right, on a Friday night you can go to a bar like indoors.
As much as I've understood, they still have limits,
Okay.
like however many people can be in there, I guess, based off the square meterage and shit. But yeah, you can go down there. You can get some Mexican food from the Mexican joint. There's all kinds of cafes and restaurants. Apparently, Tim told me the Balti Yam's open.
Oh, okay.
Because Tim's the fucking ambassador of Balti Yam and talks to all the shopkeepers and knows everything. The Chinese place down there is open.
Yeah, because you can't stop the world from spinning.
No, you can't.
You can't.
And they tried. And even you, Ratas, can't stop the world
I mean,
from spinning.
they tried, and it's the way you want to, but
Yeah, you want to let it out, Ryan. It's
yeah, you
normal.
just want to let it out.
I feel like we're still like I was trying to do this podcast and just make it like it's us talking in the studio.
Yeah.
But for sure, even when you turn on the camera and go live, it feels different. Like,
Yeah.
It's a bit different. Not particularly because we have these fucking lights
Oh,
here
no.
glaring at us.
I
And
felt
like the dentist lights on here.
yeah, I wasn't sure how to be on the like which way to face, and now I read a comment like then like you should watch Lewis in the face. And
You
now-
should. Good
yeah,
comment. Good
yeah,
comment.
good comment. And now I'm looking Lewis in the face, but I also see that I'm a bit off the fucking
Right,
Oh,
right,
yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
no.
It makes sense. I look at myself. I know I'm not really a fat dude, but I look at this and I go like,
Oh no, dude, that's only good for a career. Being fat is a good career choice in comedy.
if you're a man,
Either you're like really fit like Ari,
okay,
or be like Carl.
okay,
And those are the. But if you're in the middle,
yep.
actually Sander is the exception because
He's in the middle.
he ain't skinny, but he
lost the weight.
but he ain't fat either. But he's like skinny fat,
Okay, fat, skinny. No, skinny, fat. Yeah.
But he's that body type where you don't really see.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think he's the golden middle ground. But otherwise, either be fat or don't.
Okay, so we can work
Don't-
on the fatness.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the great experiment, right? If I just thought we could do a podcast, and then I thought, hey, we'll turn on the camera.
Yeah.
But like it changes it, right?
It changes it if you address it. But yeah, we usually do the podcast I do with Roger called Päikesejänkud.
Yeah, because you need to sell to my fans. Yeah,
yeah.
they're the ones who haven't known.
The
Okay.
podcast Päikesejänkud.
This is going to be a thing the breaks Paikasian could.
We do like 2 episodes a week right now.
Mm-hmm.
Loving it. That's one thing we've been doing more during the quarantine is recording often. And that's good. Like we have more time to get it to the next level. And so far, we've actually had an episode where people called in. And that was really
Yeah,
fun.
bro. Let's talk about that. So, because we're trying all this different shit. We're trying to turn it on the camera, doing streams, doing whatever the fuck. And you guys had this awesome idea, which was that people could. It's still pre-recorded, as I understood, right?
Yeah, we record it.
Yeah.
But while we're recording it, people are calling. Because I was listening to old Opie and Anthony clips where they had like truckers, because that was live radio and people called with their phone. And I thought, oh, that's really fun. People calling with their own personal stories or questions.
Dude, you sound so millennial.
Yeah.
But you can't remember talkback radio. Like people like that used to be the dominant form of radio news for 30 years.
Yeah.
Was like the guy maybe a Howard Stern style character, right? He's the last. Howard Stern is the last man standing
Yeah.
in like genuine talkback radio.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah.
go ahead. Yeah, like
But-
it's a thing. It's a good idea.
Yeah, and now I feel that like that's the one way to feel like it's because we don't know who our listeners are. Like we only see the numbers, and more people are listening during the quarantine. I think like 30% more traffic than usual,
Nice.
and so that's good. People are looking more content, but we don't really know who they are. Like maybe they're all children, maybe they're all like 9. And we're talking about drugs and shit. Who knows?
So what have you found out about? Do you know anything more about your audience now?
They are children. And no, they're not children, but they're like preteens.
Okay.
Which makes sense. Because who the fuck wants to listen what a 24. I'm gonna be 24 soon. What a 24-year-old has to say.
How old's Roger?
Year younger than me. He's 23. Yeah, but who the fuck cares what we have to say? Younger people.
Says the dude who's the trained journalist and has worked for our big newspapers. But anyway.
Yeah, but
sure.
Like, I'm not that. I don't write opinion. I don't write anything, right?
True.
But
they weren't opinion pieces. They were you're a journalist.
Just I'm reporting facts.
True.
Anyone could do that. Like, do that. But if you wanna post your opinion on the newspaper, you just call an expert who has your opinion, and you just talk through him. That's how you get your worldview in the media. But overall, no one cares about what younger people have to say, except if you look very old, but you never say your real age. Because I think that's in Estonia, to be truly a mainstream comedian, like really mainstream one, like the one on TV often, you need to have jowls. You need to be like Peeter Oja.
Sure.
You need to have that gray hair, and that's when most of Estonians, which is like people 40 plus, that's when they tune in.
What about what's his name? Ninemets. Ninemets don't look so old.
Yeah, but he has that smile.
Okay, he's got the smile. Okay,
yeah, he does the
you either
smile.
got to be old or have the smile.
Okay. I don't know why. I just get irritated when I see that smile. It's like he's rubbing it in. He's rubbing it in.
It's he's a performer and he's out there doing his thing and he's grinding away, but it is, a little bit where the underdog stand-up comedians grinding away on the stage, doing our thing.
Yeah.
We don't have actually we do have DVDs. I'm trying to think what he has that we don't have. TV spots, money.
The country's packing. Taxpayers' money.
Right. Yeah.
That's
the culture money. Yeah, true. He has the culture money.
Because he's like in the circle, but we're not in the circle. That's like
so bitter. I know. I love it.
No, I'm not bitter. I'm just like the Dennis Lucas stuff as well. Like when he said that we're not. I think he tweeted.
Yes.
Something about I don't know. Aris said or something that if you curse that much, it must mean you're not educated. And your fans are not educated, and like it's not culture. And I'm like, fuck you. We fucking work hard.
Sure.
And our audiences are not dumb people. They're usually like young fucking hipstery type of people, except for Sander's show in like Tõrva.
They're the best where fights break out.
Which awesome shows.
Love Tõrva, but it should basically be like the bar from the Blues Brothers where they've got the chicken wire over so the bottles can fly and not hit the band. That's what I feel like Tõrva is.
Yeah. A real shithole.
But what a place. What a party.
But like a good shithole.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I have a bit of a chip on my shoulder, because there's a weird rule to be like a legitimate artist. You need to be a certain way. You can't curse. You can't, if you curse, you're being unprofessional. But what about all the big comedians in the US?
But do you think Mr. Dennis Lucas is looking at the big comedians in the US?
They're not, but that's like everything's being decided from a perspective of a 50-year-old male. Mm-hmm. Everything's watched from there. And they're like, but Eino Baskin, you know Eino Baskin?
Yeah.
Like one of the first comedians in Estonia. He didn't curse. And okay, that's not a good example, because Eino Baskin, if you were actually educated and read like books about him, which I have, because I have a bachelor's degree.
Yes.
I got a D on my exam.
But it's still a pass.
I'm educated as fuck. And I read about Eino Baskin. And he was the most censored artist ever. Cause he lived in a time where
So he was OG. He was gangster back in his day for his day, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Because they didn't just look that there were no curses,
Yeah.
but also like what was he saying?
That between the lines shit.
And if he wanted to say something edgy, like he had to make it between the lines. He had to make it that you don't see it on paper, but you see it in the delivery, because they can't censor your delivery, and that's the way he did it. Like, so that I think that's a bad example. I think maybe next level, because we can say anything we want, like nobody cares,
Sure.
because freedom.
But that's so interesting.
Yeah.
That's all relative. The guy who we're all like, yo, grandpa over there, text of what happened back then. You know what that is? That is the inevitability of being relevant.
Yeah.
You will be relevant. I forget who said this. You will be relevant, and then all of a sudden, you're not relevant.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And that's unless you change, then you're not relevant anymore. Now, I'm not saying nothing about him, right? Cool, right on. He was doing his thing. No problem. Maybe he didn't, like, he was very happy, right?
Yeah.
But if you're concerned that you're not relevant after a while, it's because the fucking world changed.
Yeah. Comedy
How about that?
ages.
It ages. How about that? Like, yeah, now he's the nice. So maybe that's the future you've got ahead of you. There's gonna be probably still Turnus Lucas there 30 years in the future. He fucking's not
Yeah,
gonna
but
die.
what's
They're
giving
gonna
me the
embalm
chip
him.
on the shoulder is the fact that
It's gonna be your turn though. Well, okay.
those
tell me.
are the people who decide whether or not Comedy Estonia should get like a little stimulus.
Do you live? Do you have enough money? Are you
No, I
okay?
do. I'm
Good.
okay. Like I have no I don't lose any money with this. Actually, a bit maybe there's no jobs or whatever, but I can be like this. Else is getting a bit support. I mean, we're also a tax-paying organization,
Right.
appreciated by a lot of people who are not, because the way they see it, there is like low-brow entertainment.
Sure.
So yeah, fuck them.
There's not like. On the other hand, I am the one who's losing a lot of money
Yeah,
in all of this, but I don't care.
because everyone's like,
I mean, everyone is. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but I gotta keep paying wages for months, and we're not allowed to go out and make income. And we're trying. We're hustling. We got ideas. We're doing shit on Zoom now. All kinds of different ideas. So we're hustling.
Yeah.
But it doesn't instantly get replace and get back to that same level. But shit like that, bro. Like, it is what it is. I can't sit around and get upset. I used to, for ages, get upset. Oh, it's not fair. If we tried a bunch of times to get that culture money, and we're just coming up short every single time. We got like proper people to advise us. Those people,
yeah, because we're not in the circle.
that really know how to do it. It's not just us, filling out a form incorrectly or something. And we went back and we had all the criteria and they didn't want to give it. And then all you can do is just go, okay,
Yeah,
all right. And you know what? I don't want those people. Fuck them. It doesn't matter. Like, cool, right on. Not even fuck them.
no, it's actually a good thing to
good.
feel.
Good. We'll work harder.
It's actually a good thing for an artist to have a chip on his shoulder,
Yeah.
like something to fight against. Like every time they say that cursing makes you unintelligent or whatnot, I just want to curse more
No, all
because it
people
feels
die.
good.
All people die.
Yeah, because
Okay.
art is because we're doing art. We're
It's okay.
artists.
Like,
We're artists, Lewis.
should we should be on the edge. Shouldn't I kind of think like we shouldn't be these mainstream guys on the TV. That's not who the 36 people in this chat want us to be. I don't know. Actually, they should probably tell us what the fuck would I know.
Oh, you know
But you
what?
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're meant to be like this for a long time. And then we've been around for so long that we're like, oh, we love that shit. Like the old idea that we had, we've already seen. We've already seen this, that the people who were OGs with us back in the day, Tartu, Merku, Kamma de Wilde, all the early shit that we used to do, those people have now graduated from Tartu University. They're living their lives. They're moving to Estonia or maybe around the world. They've got some kids. They got a house. Now they can afford to pay for a ticket to come see Sander and Ari at the theater or Sugas 2 or whatever the fuck it is, right? And now we're seeing those people who used to be with us in Möku are now going, cool, I want to see your shows, but I want to see it in the theater. I might need a car park because I got to drive. I hope you can schedule it because I got a babysitter, but they're coming. And I guarantee you, if we're good to those people, they'll keep on being good to us for the next, 50 years.
Yeah, because you don't lose. Like an example of this is like my brother who's doing like restaurant stuff, and like the restaurant he works because he's like really passionate about it, and he loves to make food, and he just really wants to do the best thing. Like that's his creative outlet, and you would think that restaurants are losing a lot of money, and they are, but they're not losing that much money because like during a crisis, you lose customers, but you don't lose fans. Like your fans still want what you're giving because they're used to it, because they don't want to let go of it, because it's not just a luxury, it's something they're close to.
So what do people do? I mean, they're still losing, but there's wages.
Yeah.
And some rents.
No, but a lot of people still order in.
Oh, okay. So the ordering food thing is a big thing. Okay.
So they're not losing as much money as you would think.
Sure. So more people are ordering in. We've got more delivery options, so you can, and maybe you do. Maybe I felt it a lot. Like you ain't feeling good with the lockdown. It's been a rough week. You're like, yeah, I want that good pizza that I love.
Yeah.
I want that good pasta that I love down at the local place.
Yeah, because you can't stop the world from spinning.
You can't, Daniel.
People still want, they want entertainment. They want to feel alive. So
that's why we all need to go watch the new live streaming service of Tunnus Niedermetz. You can go, dude. They had a pay-per-view of Tunnus Niedermetz.
Okay.
€22.
Jesus.
It's the latest one. It's the kid. It's the one that was just on or is still going to be on. So maybe that's for 20.
Wait, so he's performing live?
Yeah. They've already filmed it basically. It's in Venekotorikeskus, I think.
Oh, so you get to see a recording?
Yeah, a recording.
Okay.
Of it. Did I look? Maybe I'm.
But you don't get to keep it.
Nah.
You just get to see it once.
Rental for one day.
And they don't donate the money?
I don't know. I look again.
Oof.
I just saw the website and I saw the thing and I saw €22. I could be getting this wrong.
Okay.
But I think.
Let's just say it's €30.
So it's €30.
Yeah,
He's charging €50 per stream. Who the fuck charges €50?
Yeah. And I don't know, man.
I know. Hey,
I hate the technology. Yeah.
We hate the technology. We're going to take a few minute break because I'm going to go to the toilet.
Oh, okay.
And get another drink.
Nice, man.
But you can sit and talk to them, or do you want me to turn the music up?
No, just turn the music up because I got to pace around nervously.
All right. Daniel's going to pace around nervously. Okay, we're back. Thank you. Sorry, we had to go to the toilet. I love walking around Teleskeepy like this right now. Sam, I'm gonna rob your thing. Oh, how I love this music. Just laying back. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Carl. We got that porno music playing here. Listen to it, Dan. It's great.
Yeah.
Gonna make sweet love to you, woman. Sweet, sweet
Oh,
love.
wait, should I put that way?
Okay.
And then we can do the fucking.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always adjusting my mic too much. I know.
All right, we're back. We're back.
We're back, baby. I'll turn that now.
Not that we
Damn,
went
that's
there. Yeah. We good.
That's good. Okay, I got that. I've got room, as we saw. Okay. I can get a sore knee. That's good. We got some time. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. This is our grand experiment. Do podcasts work when we turn on the live stream? Get people into this shit. Later on, we got, 5 o'clock now. At 6 o'clock, Carl and Ardo are going to be back with Coolapod. Carl, who's on Coolapod today? Maybe Carl's seems to be...
I think he's watching.
He is. He's writing a
Oh,
comment.
Carl is always watching.
Carl's always watching. Carl's got his... Because they did... dude, it was cool that they did Stripper Marco
Yeah.
last. Carl and Ardo talked to Stripper Marco on
Yeah,
on
I know.
Friday.
He actually wanted to do Päikeseänkud like 6 months back.
Mhm.
But then we couldn't we had to go to Tartu.
Stripper Marco the one.
Yeah, because he lives in Tartu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But now you can. I mean, now it's like...
and also he wanted us to be in his music video. And that just seems like, you know,
deal.
it just seemed seedy, you know.
But, look, Carl and Ardo did a good talk with him. And you know what I liked about what they did is it was fun. They were laughing with him and not at him.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's a character like him. He's a character, right? He's a big personality. He's a character.
Yeah, Carl has a lovely belly laugh.
Yeah, it's very genuine.
Yeah, he
feel
makes you feel.
you feel good about it.
Yeah, he makes you feel good about yourself. You know,
And he made Marco
laughs.
feel good.
Yeah.
They weren't like joking, like just being ironic or stupid at him. Like I think a lot of media might do that to him.
Yeah.
Like they're always looking for, of course, like what was the crazy stunt that he just did, and he invites that, of course, right?
Wait,
So
Carl, what was the most interesting thing you learned about Stripper Marco?
Stripper Marco we do. And Carl commented that at 6 o'clock it's Taurikula. It's mixed swagger, baby.
OG.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch Taurikula at 6 o'clock. Because the rap shit that he used to do. So Taurikula is one of our Comedy Estonia comedians. He was in Vaskaveri, did a good job. He's a funny guy. And he used to, I don't know if he still does anymore, but he used to go in like rap battle competitions.
Yeah.
And I remember going to that place, fucking Sucremul. Sucremul?
Sucremul.
You got some stuff there. On the, it's bothering me. I used to go and I saw a couple of rap battle events there.
Yeah.
And Tauri would go to these rap battle, as much as I understand, my memory could be flaky. He would go to these rap battle events and just fucking win.
Yeah.
And he would win because he's a funny guy.
Yeah,
And
he has
could write-
punchlines.
He has punchlines and he would win. And he won a number of them. I'm not entirely sure. And it caused controversy in this rap battle scene because it made them question what was their art, because they're like, yo, you can't just come along to the rap battle and do jokes. And he's like, but what? I'm doing rap.
You don't have beat.
Right.
Because they don't use beats. What else do you have then? You just sing?
You just sing, right? And then they go, no, well, it's not real rap. Some, not all. Some were right into it. Like, it's not real rap. It's
Battle
just
for
doing
Sugar.
jokes. Of
Yeah.
course, you're doing that. And it made them like, no, I don't look. I'm not sure if there was at one stage he was banned or something. I can't quite remember. But it made them like kind of go like, oh, no, you can't do that. It's got to be this. And maybe that's legit and maybe not. Like if someone comes onto stand-up comedy stage and, I don't know, wears a clown's nose and pulls down their pants and doesn't have jokes, then maybe they're onto a good thing, but maybe they're just, not doing our shit. So right on. I can get That.
I actually did a rap battle with Tauri during Roger's birthday
Oh, yeah.
at his compound of a house. And like first round, because I was totally shit faced, and when I'm shit faced, I just started challenging people for a rap battle. I don't even know how to rap. I just it just seems fun.
Mm-hmm.
And like first round, I did good. People were into it. I got some rhymes, and then Tauri had like just good punchline after another good punchline,
Yeah.
just killing it, getting those really good reactions, and I just lost confidence.
He's
I
a
started,
slayer.
yeah, I started choking, started using the same words a lot.
Mum spaghetti. You were
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
all up in
just-
that mum spaghetti.
Yeah, and I just he won that one, but there was a battle. We're in a war. We're just gonna be a new one someday.
Going for the
Someday
rap battle
we're gonna battle with Tauri again.
maybe Tao. So what did Carl
Wait,
reply?
Carl replied.
Carl replied said, I liked Marco talking about his past as a cook and how he hated the work because the Soviet foods were so boring. Always interested in what people did before entertainment. Right. I totally get in that. Like when I've talked to, oh my God, did I mention I talked to Dave? When I talk to Dave, like Eurovision is nowhere near the most interesting thing that he's done in his life. Okay,
Yeah.
it's pretty near. Fair enough. No, actually it's pretty near. But it's so many other interesting things coming from the fucking Dutch Antilles. It's not even called Antilles anymore. Now it's called Aruba. Like a country changed its name in that time. He was working in America, then coming over here. And he's like got these old school stories about how entertainment was back in the day. There's so much more
Yeah,
to people.
so much. Yeah. It's good. I should actually watch.
I didn't know Marco was a cook. Yeah, actually, the computer's a little bit away across the table here, and I was like, when he says talking about his past as a cook. Cook.
Lewis.
Cook.
Can work as a
It was hard
cock.
to say. Tauri was wearing Tauri Kula. Tauri was wearing a backpack and t-shirt indoors in that battle. He looked like he was going to go and play RuneScape right after the battle.
yeah,
Carl's
yeah,
dropping those video games references.
Yeah,
as Carl
he had
wanted
the
to do.
style, he had the swagger, and the best man won. There's nothing else to say.
It's okay, man. You'll get it back now. We haven't had. I found a copy the other day of an audio copy that I have because I have a lot of old shit on hard drives.
Okay.
Old footage, old audio. I have.
Yeah, you
video-
gave me your old laptop once,
Mhm.
and the porn folder. Yeah, and you didn't.
Overflowing.
It's not like you forgot that you had porn on the computer. You
I was
actually,
like Daniel. I told Daniel the directory.
yeah. He told me where the porn is when he gave me the laptop. You got good taste.
Yeah,
it was good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice of you. If you, big black ones. If you, it's there. You need a laptop. Be my guest. So I've got the very first show in Vilda, like me, Stu, Eric, Andre, and Joe Egan. I've got footage of that. I've got footage of all those shows for the first 2 years. I don't know. I was really meticulous in the first years of filming everything and keeping all the footage. So I have all this old shit. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if it's a good idea to bring it out. Maybe that would be funny to see Lewis stepping on stage at Comedy Estonia show for the very first time.
Yeah.
Like the very first intro that I ever did for Comedy Estonia.
Oh yeah,
That would
those
be-
are so weird. Always the old Melku clips. Everyone looks younger because it was almost 10 years ago.
What? Yeah. Except you still look
Mikael's-
the same baby face.
Oh, no, I have a beard now.
Yeah, and a beautiful mullet.
It's growing along nicely.
Glorious.
Yeah,
Sorry, we saw that picture of Mikael this week with hair.
yeah. Mikael had hair.
Oh my God.
Everything was just different. It's weird. I always get this nostalgia.
Not Eric Andre, Eric Sufa. The people at the very first Comedy Estonia show in Vilda, the first main show, was
It's so
myself
weird
as host.
To do
and-
the first show ever at the 400 seater.
Yeah, I know. We thought 50 people would come. We were
Yeah.
like, if 50 come, it's going to be a great night. And Eric Sufert, who was an American, Stuart Johnson, who's American, still lives in Estonia, Andre Tuch, It was an Estonian, and the headliner was a Canadian guy, a friend of mine, Joe Egan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a Zoom with Joe next week. He's gonna have some hot takes, and us performing in Vilda to like not knowing. We were like, okay, we're gonna do this comedy show thing. This is 2010. We eventually found Vilda. We booked 2 nights because I don't know, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. So like 2 nights, and we thought like if 50 people show each night, this will be great success.
Yeah.
And the first night, like Vilda just filled with 150 and students having a great time. And
Because no one else was doing anything.
we didn't know what the fuck to do with ourselves. We were like going, oh, this is not what we signed up for. And then again, the next night in 2010, another 150 people showed up.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, I think we might be onto something here. I think they might be into it.
Yeah, there's like a whole market, untapped market. Like you found oil.
Oh, I tapped it, bro.
Yeah. And now it's all tapped out. For what? Oh, Carl actually
What's
wrote-
going on?
Carl remembers us the porn on your laptop.
Was that my porn? So we were
we
us watching porn collection in the backstage
Yeah,
of
we had a-
Endla in Pärnu.
We had a show in Endla, in Pärnu, and we were just with the whole group. Yeah, we were watching the porn.
Oh, from that laptop,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
one that I gave you. So really, it was you showing them, not me. But nuance.
Yeah, I was showing.
Oh, okay,
you didn't
yeah.
know. You were somewhere else entirely. And we were just watching, reviewing the porno.
Mm-hmm.
Just good lighting.
I've
you know.
only done that a few times in my life, where
What?
I've watched porno with straight male friends,
Oh, okay.
like just sitting around as bros, going, "Yeah."
Oh, you didn't do that as kids?
Sorry.
As kids, you never like.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, Daniel, if you
Yeah.
want to say that when I was a kid, we did not have access to this technology. The first time,
Oh, you have magazines.
right?
Oh, okay.
The first time that I sat around, and this, like, not that it's happened many times, but we were
With the
like
disclaimers.
17 watching a grainy VHS tape,
Oh, okay.
watching the porn. And it's nothing like the porn these days. It was just 2 people having sex. Like, that's not even porn these days. That's just the front page of YouTube. Like, that's not
Yeah.
even classed as sex anymore. And we watched the grainy, filtery old VHS tape of it. I don't know how my friend Nui got that. We were at his house.
Oh yeah, we just went after school. Sometimes we went to this our friend. I'm not gonna say his name. We went to his house because his parents were never home, and we just watched like porn from his computer.
Okay. And that was a cool thing. Just like, hey, it's cool.
Yeah, no, our dicks were hard, but we didn't jerk off or anything. But
No.
we just watched porn with heart.
Right.
Just we would never do that now.
Why did you
But-
do it then? Was that was the style of the times, or because you were young and you didn't know?
I don't know.
better,
Maybe it was
or-
Jokvi and there wasn't many entertainment options, and
Mm-hmm.
so you just go and watch porn. Or maybe you're just young and you don't care.
It can be emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
and it looks interesting.
I haven't watched porn with men for a while.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it's been a while. True. It's not something that I've done close to my 40 years. You know.
When was the
more
last
younger
time?
Days. I can't remember. It's Corona, so 2 meters. Ramo, first of all, private place. Secondly, the camera puts on 20 pounds. You can't tell. This
Yeah.
is clearly 2 meters.
The virus doesn't spread in private places.
Oh my God, I got the cough. The corona's coming. Can someone call me the ambulance? I'm already ready to be taken away. But
Also, I know.
there's only 2 people in this studio. I don't know if people know this or not, but we don't have a video production team working behind this. I know. Shock horror.
Yeah.
Shock horror. No, there's not a camera.
Oh, you want us to sit 2 meters apart? You'll only watch the couch.
No,
you'll-
she's just
you'll only
worried
d-
about me being a pedophile. That's, I think, what that person
Oh.
is more worried about, not corona.
Yeah, I mean, we share that worry with the person. We share that worry. Yeah.
Okay, this is a good segue into that one then. Okay. What we were just talking about, looking at porn with dudes, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that lockdown has made me more aware and more mindful of is how pornography was affecting me.
Okay.
And just putting it out there, have a girlfriend, just putting it out there, crazy, just throwing it out. Okay. So if I want
You just lost so many viewers.
I know, it's all
with
about
I have a
apparently.
girlfriend.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because that was it. That was where all of our 36 viewers were coming from. Thank you for watching. You know, if I want, can have the sex. If I want, it's a possibility. You know, if
Such
I
a
do,
weird way to say.
if I do things right, you know, there's a,
Yeah.
you know, this and then that and then this and then the sex is a possibility. But still, you looking at these stuff, right? You're looking at these images. You're looking at porno, and it affects you. I think it's this super intense shit that you watch, right? It's super intense to watch like 2020 porn. If you're watching that grainy shit in 1997, me and my friends watching it on VHS, that's one thing. Like a weird angle, you know, something else. But this is like 2020. There's 17 black guys in the room.
Yeah.
There's dildos hanging from the ceiling.
It's just crazy.
There's lube dripping. This is what that 2020 porn is like, right?
Yeah.
And it's an assault on the senses. And I think that we weren't noticing, or okay, we weren't. I knew it, but not as much because it's a busy day. Bam, 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 get up, do things, go things. It's intense. I don't have time. And with more time to sit and reflect and more time to be mindful, I was like, holy shit, this stuff is intense.
Yeah.
Like,
but
wow.
But for me, I don't have that. Like they say, if you watch one type of porn, and if you watch more, you'll get like go more and more hardcore,
Desensitized,
and you get desensitized. But I've never had that.
How so?
I
Do you
just-
watch the same?
No,
levels
yeah, I
that you
just
always
watch the I just watch the same things that turn me on, and I never go like, oh, we need to get darker. We need
Dan's
to
a,
get deeper.
Dan's a simple man.
Yeah, we need to get
he knows
deeper.
what he wants.
Deeper into the German sex dungeon.
Deeper.
No,
You know what you want. Okay, I mean that's nice.
Yeah, I watch pretty vanilla stuff, and I don't even watch porn that often. I just treat. Doug Stanhope has a good bit about it, that he just treats masturbation like a medical condition that it is.
Right, you got
Like
get it out.
same way you need to, like a diabetic needs to inject insulin sometimes. That's the same way he masturbates, like, because he has to. You have to do it not to kill people, and yeah, that's sort of the same.
Masturbation shouldn't be better than sex. Masturbation
is.
should be
But it is.
should be just a
Yeah.
and I'm
Don't
done.
do it in my face,
Eh,
man. You.
okay. Right.
No,
it
it-
should just be. And so, yeah, this time has led me to become. I kind of became like, you know. I think in some ways, you know, like if you're a young man jacking off to porn every day, you're like, there's some part of your brain that logically understands probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Probably not the healthiest option. But you still do it because that's what you do, and it's there, and it's like, and I just kind of started to think like, it's been intense. Gee, ooh, it's like full on. And when so it's been like 3 weeks since I looked at a pornographic video.
Oh, you've been off for 3 months.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Before then, it wasn't a lot. I was already tapering back.
But do you feel like now that, I don't know, you're in a better mood, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because it was like 2.5. Okay, maybe 3, 2.5, right? Whatever. But the last time I did it, I was like, okay, it's Tuesday morning, and
okay.
there's a bit of free time, and it's been a couple of days, and why not just load up something and then you're done. So you do the but then I was all of a sudden like, whoa, that was too much. Like,
okay.
you're out of nowhere and you just watch these intense images, and it kind of because I was so mindful and still before it was very clear that I'm like, okay, this is too much. Like, the brain can't deal with this. This drug is too much.
Yeah, okay.
It's like going, whoa, I took a hit.
Yeah. It's like smoking in the morning.
Yes.
It's not a good idea to do in the morning.
No. So don't jack off to porn in the morning, or
Yeah, you'll just feel sad.
or not, or whenever.
But in
you
the
want.
evening, you do it. You go to sleep. You're really calm, nice sleep. I don't feel there's any detrimental health effects. Are we back? Are we live?
Almost. Yes.
And we are back.
Yes. The thing is loading. The excellent connection is coming down. Here we go. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm so unprofessional.
So I was saying...
we lost basically
yeah.
the hotspot died. And so I had to then now make it off my phone instead.
But I wanted to do 30 days when I was like 18.
No fap challenge.
No fap
here.
challenge.
Yep.
No masturbation, nothing for 30 days. And I got to day 29.
Dang.
Yeah, I was one day off. And then I just started like coming out of my eyes. it was just bad. I think it's unhealthy.
You get a woman pregnant just by looking at her.
Yeah, I think it's unhealthy. Not to, because I started seeing sexual references everywhere.
It's a long time.
Yeah, I started we went to a school play. We went not a school play, but we went to a theater to watch a play with our school.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time it wasn't even anything sexual, but I was watching it, and the whole time I was just thinking, the actors after this they're gonna have a big old orgy after this. But why would they? They're just working as actors.
Do you go and have a big old orgy after the comedy show?
No, they don't, and it's not a normal thing to think. But because I was deprived of a release for such a long time, it was just. I think my friends told me like, then you should go to just masturbate, because
just go into it.
Yeah, you just steer conversation towards sex, and we're trying to fucking play RuneScape. Just fucking don't just fap.
Just do it. Yeah, I don't think fap is the problem. I think
Yeah.
the porn is the problem.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't want to be on my whole high horse and shit. Like, now I've stopped looking like no one should look. I get it. It's
But
fine.
when you fap, do you like think about porn?
No.
Okay.
That's the thing. All right. Look,
Because that's cheating.
well, maybe as a methadone style in the middle. Because after a while, your memories of the porn will fade.
Okay.
And then you may as well think of something else. But now we're getting into what do you actually think about? But, eventually, I think because the idea of not looking at porn is you eventually want to let your brain kick back in. Your brain is not used to it. Your brain is used to when it's time to get wee hard and it's time to get your rocks off, that it will receive intense stimulation.
Yeah.
And that will trigger all the zing, 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 zap, zap, zaps around your brain. And that's how it flows. Now you need to learn again that you got to do that yourself. You need to come up with enough zip, zip, zang, 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 interesting imagery in your own mind
Yeah.
that you now...
I just think about my own experiences.
Uh-huh.
Like my own good experiences I've had.
Yeah.
With it, and that works the best, actually.
Yes, right, sure.
Because I've been there. I've been there, so it's easier to imagine. And it's actually better than porn, but it takes a bit more patience.
Yes. See, it's better, but it takes work.
Yeah.
You gotta, when you can make
Yeah,
it in the brain. Now, don't get me wrong. I have wondered if I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna look at porn. Sure, not gonna look at the imagery and the and all that. But then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what I really like? I like Twitch. I like seeing women on Twitch show their boobs. And, I'm watching these Twitch streamers and there's these chicks with, talking nice and maybe playing some games, but still showing their ample cleavage. And I'm like, oh, is this a methadone substitute?
Yeah. It's really hard, though, too.
Do I never look at women again?
No, to do absolutely, like, even if you're trying to quit porn or not have sex, it's still everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
It's like trying to quit food. It's in the ads, it's in the movies, it's everywhere. So imagine if you had to quit crack, but you only you just do a little crack.
Just a little crack now and
you
again.
can't do just a little crack.
Sure. If you're an addict, you can't just do a little bit now and again.
Yeah, like let's say if you try to quit, like I tried to quit. What the fuck did I try to?
Weed?
No. If you try to quit, like fucking, if you try to go on a diet, I've never gone on a diet.
Okay.
I think I'm too young to go on a diet. But like food is really hard to quit because you gotta eat,
Sure.
you know. So it's like doing just a bit of crack, but it's not doable. You want a lot of crack. You want all the crack.
I mean, if you're addicted,
Yeah.
you want more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one. But then it's tough, right? Because what are you going to do when it's summer? It's springtime. It goes into summer. We're here in Estonia. There's a lot of good-looking ladies around. They're wearing dresses. They're wearing something that might show a little bit of all the goods that's happening. And if you're like, I haven't seen for weeks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
This might not also be the most optimal scenario.
Yeah, I can imagine the fucking beastly thoughts most guys have,
Right.
especially those who watch porn in a job interview.
Like in the job
yeah,
interview?
yeah,
What?
yeah.
Watch porn in the job interview?
No. Like think porn,
Oh, think porn in the job interview.
or how it just affects communication between like different
The sexes.
genders. Yeah, the sexes. Yeah.
Because you start thinking like, okay.
So I want to see you as a normal person too.
And not only is, that's funny that you mentioned that about how you objectify women
Yeah.
and how you view women. You know what? When I was watching a load of
Well, that's an
porn,
accusation, but
No, it's fine. No. But no. I was thinking about that, right? Because if I think that if I was watching a load of porn and being like, it is good, I don't think, in my defense, that I was ever objectifying women. That it wasn't about going, that chick is less, she's whatever,
She's
lower than
less.
me, less than me, a less status. Like objectification means that you think that someone is less status.
Yeah.
You think they're lower, right? In fairness to me, I never thought that at all. Typically narcissistic of me, it was all about me. It was all about me and how it affected me. And actually, I wasn't even thinking about the women thing at all. It was because what it does is when you go like, ooh, feel a little bit of the in the pants. Now it's time to maybe do the Now, if you want to do like regular style, if you're in a relationship, there's still effort to be done. Maybe not a lot of effort. Maybe it's fun effort. Maybe there's stuff to be done, but you still got to But with a porn, you just turn on the video and all of a sudden it's, here's the images. Yes. Straight away. And now
it's too much.
and now they're turned off. And they're on and then they're off.
Yeah.
And that's not the way
contrast.
humans work.
Yeah,
We're like, we want a little rubby rub, maybe play some music, a little introduction to the whole thing, candles, I don't know, whatever you might need. Maybe that's it creates, it makes it too much on and off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's no fucking middle ground. It's flowers and bees and whatever. And then suddenly triple fisting. And then, Jesus. That's too much of a leap. I love how our podcast always like goes the natural way.
Yeah, and I love how
we start with politics and discussing art and virology, and now we're who we are.
I know, and here it's 5:30 in the afternoon.
We're drinking beer.
We're drinking beer and discussing how pornography affects the male brain.
Yeah.
That's why I like this.
Yeah.
Because we can drink beer and talk about porn at 5:30 in the afternoon, and it's cool. And maybe some people are into that.
I'm only gonna feel like shit later.
That's fine. Delayed gratification. Delay.
I actually have to piss again.
Okay, you can go, man. Let's go. Take the keys. Let's go through the door. I'll entertain the people. I'm sorry. I hope you all were still here after we lost the broadcast before. The hotspot, it runs out of batteries. We only have the 4G. Yeah, that's the one. Daniel's going to go to the toilet. But we're still recording. We're still live streaming our great experiments that people want to listen to us. Yeah. And goddamn, we can talk about porn at 5:30 on a 5:30 on a Tuesday afternoon. That's a good topic to be had. I don't know. I guess we'll wrap it up soon. We got Kyle coming at 6 o'clock. Taurikula with Ardo. Ardo's got his new microphone. That should sound nice. Yeah, I don't think I got much else this week. Think that I'm doing Tim's podcast on Thursday with Daniel again. Lewis, do I know Limey? No, I don't know Limey. I know who Limey. No, I know who that is, but I don't know that person personally. Yeah, so doing that, and then we got me and Silla Kadri on Friday. More of this kind of talk and banter and fun and just good times. See what I tried to do? Me and Silla Kadri, we do the curtain in that angle, but me and Dan, we did the studio padding in this angle. See, these are the high production values that we're trying to give all y'all. And then I think next week I'm doing Cooler Pod on Monday, which is going to be fun. You got to keep busy, guys. You got to keep doing shit. You got to just like keep creating. Just make something. Yeah, I don't know how it would be to just have not done anything in this time. And if you are like, I don't know, you don't all have to be podcasters and video makers, but it's nice to have something. It's nice to have something to create, you know. If you don't have something that you can just make, it doesn't have to be. I got a deck. I got a balcony at home now. I've been like, I'm going to replace the plants. It's going to be great. I'm getting a grill soon. Talk all about my grill. I've never done anything like that before. It would be hard to... I think definitely it's kept me sane to be able to make podcasts and just talk. And it's very nice that y'all are listening. Here's Dan back again. He's coming.
Actually, you want to close up slowly?
Sure.
My mom's going to pick me up.
We need to, guys.
Where are we?
We need to wrap up the podcast soon because Daniel's mother needs to pick him up.
My mommy is coming to pick me up, and then she's going to make me some chicken tendies.
Oh, it's nice.
She's going to cook for me. And yeah, I'm like Rick Cartman from South Park in the Warcraft episode.
Yeah.
Where at some point I have to shit. I'm like, Mom, plate. And she puts it on my ass and I just shit all over her. Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool, man.
Loving the quarantine.
But you're doing okay. We got some Paikas Yankud. What are you doing? We're recording a couple of those.
Yeah,
this
we're
week?
recording Päikese Jänkut. Follow us or on Instagram at Päikese Jänkut. Not Päikese Jänkut, but really shitty name.
Okay. Päikese.
Päikese Jänkut.
Päikese Jänkut.
On Instagram, where instead of as, it's number 2s.
Dude, this shit that you guys do is so confusing to me.
Yeah.
And it's so I think it's so interesting
So
the way
cool.
that Estonians will change, like just put a 6 or a 2 or whatever the fuck. Because most of the time, you Estonians, you are so precise about your language. And you're so like, this is the grammar. And I know that it's a national sport in Estonia to criticize each other's grammar.
Yeah.
And you love it.
We love
and
it.
you're like, that was wrong. It was wrong. I learned. You had the thing.
You were
And-
wrong and I was right.
Yes, you fucking love it. And you're trying to be super precise. So it's not just A, it's A, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
just A, it's A with the dots. And if you don't have the capability of writing the A with the dots, maybe the computer doesn't allow, you're like, no, we must
Yeah.
accurately portray our language. It's not A, it's A. Fuck ya. And then so instead, I'll use a 2.
We are not
Like,
savages.
we'll use a 2, and it looks like what? It looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a bunch of 13-year-olds talking like my noob leet speak.
Instead of it's number 2 in
It's number
Päikese
2.
Jänkut.
Yes.
We've had awesome guests. We have comedians coming and talking all the time. We had Mattias Naan,
Did. This is a
really
cool
funny guy.
one. Very nice guy.
Really nice guy too. Because he did Möku with us a while back, like almost 8 years ago. And we've had Ari-Matti. That episode was cool because I went to throw up 4 times during the taping. But it was a really cool
Why
episode.
did you throw up? Because of what he said? Or 'cause you were
I
so-
drank too much.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you
Um,
argue with Ari?
Oh, yeah, we did. We argued a lot, but it's entertaining.
Yes, of course.
And we had Sander on,
Uh-huh.
and we've had There's gonna be an episode with Mikael soon,
Nice.
and there's other episodes where
I gotta have me.
it's just me and Roger.
Because that's what we do. It's lockdown, and we all just talk to our friends, and we just want to. We think we all just go on each other's podcasts and talk to each other and get a few guests, and that's
Yeah,
how
it's
you
funny.
get
We
through
have like our own universe going on. It's awesome.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of we're all working. I mean, Tim's in there. Rauno's got his thing, and I think that's part of it. You got to get your own. Each of us has our own kind of unique thing going on in its own way, its own kind of audience and who's into it, and it's certainly crossover, but the concept at least
Yeah.
is like 9-year-olds love you.
No,
Like,
it's a
that's a
good
great thing.
substitute, and it's for stand up, and eventually it's gonna only add to the stand up because it's gonna make everyone more familiar. Like people who listen to your podcast, they know you like on a personal level, and so when they come to your show, that's your audience.
Sure.
It's easy to make them laugh, and yeah, that's what we want eventually, and it's amazing. And thank you for listening. My mom's gonna pick me up now.
All right, sorry, we gotta go.
All right.
That's the end of the
All right.
podcast. Thanks, guys. Stick around.
Yeah.
At 6 o'clock, we got Carl and Ardo on Kulaport and Tarakula. See you guys. Woo! Okay. Oh wait, how do I turn this off? End stream. Yes.